When it comes to rigorous outdoor activity, if you're going to be wearing a watch, you want one that can take the abuse of harsh conditions. And that's what Amazfit has aimed to provide with the T-Rex Pro. A tough watch ready for any adventure, the Amazfit T-Rex Pro has 15 military certifications for durability and features GPS with all the necessary sensors to track your activities. So let's dive in and take a closer look at the Amazfit T-Rex Pro. Thanks for watching 9 to 5 Toys. Be sure to like, subscribe, and enable notifications with the bell icon so you don't miss any upcoming videos. Hey everyone, Jordan here with 9 to 5 Toys. Now, Amazfit does have two different versions of this, the T-Rex. There is the base T-Rex and then the T-Rex Pro model, which we have here. The Pro adds some more sensors for tracking metrics, but keeps the same overall design. And while the base model has 12 military certifications, the Pro model does have those 15 under its belt. And both do come in a variety of colors. The Pro model is available in black, gray, or a steel blue color. And with a lot of the same features like GPS, the base T-Rex is actually on sale for $90 on the Amazfit website right now, which actually seems like a really good deal. The T-Rex Pro comes in at $180. With a name like T-Rex Pro, one of the core pillars of this watch is its rugged build quality and durability. And it really has the looks to back that up with a bulky, sport-oriented design. The bezels and buttons all have a chunky shape that makes the whole package look durable. There are 4 physical buttons on the perimeter of the watch and a 1.3-inch AM OLED touch display. Most of the functions can still be accessed just by swiping and using gestures on the touchscreen, but the physical buttons are convenient when in the midst of a rigorous activity. And while I haven't done any rock climbing or necessarily extreme sports or adventures with this watch, I have been using it for daily use for I think about a month now, and I've been really impressed with the overall durability of this thing. You know, I don't feel like I have to take it off when I'm working on my car, my lawnmower, or doing other chores and odds and ends around the house. When you're spending money on an active watch, you want something that's going to be able to withstand the elements and withstand everyday life, and the Amazfit T-Rex Pro has passed with flying colors for me. And one nice thing about that raised bezel is that, you know, the case around here is going to take a lot more impact than the screen in most situations. At 47 millimeters wide, the watch is pretty sizable. If you don't like large watches, then this really might not be the best watch for you. But for me, even with my relatively thin wrists, I don't think the watch looks too bad. If it were any larger though, that might be a different story. The Amazfit T-Rex Pro features a silicone strap that matches the rugged design of the rest of the watch. One of my favorite things about it is that there's plenty of adjustability for different wrist sizes. I have pretty thin wrists and there are still 6 smaller adjustments when I am wearing the watch comfortably. You do need to wear it pretty tightly to measure heart rate and blood oxygen saturation, but I still found the watch to be plenty comfortable and rarely took it off except to recharge it. If you're not used to wearing a watch in general, the bulky design with 60-gram weight might take some getting used to, but since I usually wear a watch anyways, it was a seamless transition to the T-Rex Pro and I didn't really notice the increase in size or weight. The auto brightness adjusting screen was bright enough in full sun to get full view of what's going on and got dim enough at night, but the raise to wake was a little too bright in the dimmest setting when I was trying to sleep. So I enabled a schedule for the raise to wake so that the screen doesn't turn on when I am sleeping at night. I also found the touchscreen to be plenty responsive for input and navigation. Of course, when you are sweaty, you know, any touchscreen gets a little bit harder to use, but I still found myself able to do everything on here that I really wanted to, and that's where those physical buttons do come in handy as well when you are sweaty during a workout. There are 5 different watch faces that you can swap between. Most of them have a pretty sporty design with some customizable portions. On the standard face, for example, you can change the box on the right to display anything from steps to calories to the times of the sunrise and sunset. And then the dial on the bottom can also be changed to represent a number of performance figures like daily steps. Once connected to the Zepp app, you can also browse and sync other watch faces. Another core pillar of the Amazfit T-Rex Pro is its ability to track a huge number of different fitness activities. Personally, I've used it mainly for outdoor running, treadmill running, and strength training. Beyond those though, there are modes for just about anything from cycling to surfing. And with built-in GPS, the Amazfit T-Rex Pro is ready to track any workout whether you have your phone along with you or not. And for my testing, the GPS distance tracked pretty similarly to my iPhone 8 when running the 90 Plus app with the occasional, 0.1 mile variance at the end of a run. I also really enjoyed the strength training mode because it helps me keep track of my sets and reps a little bit as well. It can automatically count the reps, but in most of my experience, I couldn't really depend on that being an accurate number, and most often than not, it would actually not even track the reps at all. For me, that really wasn't a big deal. I usually count my reps anyways, but the bigger thing for me was the ability to, keep track of my sets and then also my rest times in between different sets. So basically, you would push a button to start a new set, push it when you're done, and then it would start a timer which would show you how long you've been resting. So if you want to rest for a minute or 2 minutes in between, some heavy lifting sets, then that's really easy to do. Compared with the Withings Steel HR Sport that I have been using for the longest time, I do feel like the Amazfit T-Rex Pro does a little bit better of a job at tracking my heart rate. I felt like I had to clean the sensors on the Withings quite often, but that really hasn't been an issue on the Amazfit T-Rex Pro, at least, how I've been using it so far. The Amazfit T-Rex Pro also features 10 meters of water resistance, so you can track activities in the water as well and don't need to worry about a rainstorm. There are even workout modes for pool and open water swimming. The Amazfit T-Rex Pro can be connected to a smartphone via Bluetooth 5.0. Notifications can be turned on or off through the Zepp app, but it's not as robust as the notification customizations in the Withings app. For example, I can get it to send notifications when I receive a phone call, but not when I receive a text. And all the metrics from this watch are tracked and stored in the Zepp app. And I'm not really sure why the name doesn't match the brand, but there's plenty of information in here. First up is the PAI score, which tracks activity based on time spent with a raised heart rate. Next are metrics for sleep, heart rate, stress, and blood oxygen saturation if you scan for that, weight and BMI figures that you need to enter yourself, and then tracked activities. For exercise, I've been doing mostly strength training recently, but even going back to my last outdoor run, all of the info is there with a GPS track of my route, average pace, and all the relevant stats. With working out 3 to 5 times a week, battery life has been pretty consistent for me at 10 days with the T-Rex Pro. But it only takes about an hour to recharge with the handy magnetic charger. And also the watch gives you plenty of advanced notice when the battery is getting low, so you aren't caught unaware with a drained battery. So overall, wrapping up here, I really think it says something about a product when it's something that I end up using daily, as with like my gaming peripherals, something's my new main. I do think that this is going to be my new main, activity watch that I'm going to be wearing. I do still really like the analog face of something like the Withings Steel HR Sport, and so in some situations I'll be wearing that, but I think in most situations and most of the time I will be using the Amazfit T-Rex Pro. The tracking ability for running with GPS and strength training sessions really has been a welcome feature. And for normal life, I enjoy the rugged design. I never have to worry about taking it off before, doing any work around the house or on my car for fear of damaging it. All right, and that'll do it for our review of the Amazfit T-Rex Pro. Of course, we'll have links down in the description if this is something that you want to pick up. You can also read the written article over on 9to5toys.com, which is linked down in the description, and let us know what you think about it down in the comments below. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up and consider subscribing. This is Jordan with 9to5 Toys.